and welcome to the final part of the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Let's Play, and we're in Sky Chase Zone, which is kind of a unnecessary level. Honestly, I really prefer it if the game just threw you immediately into the next level, Wing Fortress, because this level as a whole just feels really pointless to me. I mean, I know there are people that like this level, but I've never cared for it. But there's a few things to keep in mind with Sky Chase Zone. Do not spin dash under any circumstances. It's a bad idea. Basically, whatever you move, Tails will keep up with you to keep you from falling down, which is all fine and good. Except Tails can only move so fast, so normally he can move fast enough to keep up with Sonic's walking and running animation, but he's not fast enough to keep up with Sonic's spin dash. So if you spin dash, you'll go way too fast and you'll fall off the stage and die. And this level has no checkpoint, so that's not exactly fun. Another thing to keep in mind is Supersonic. If you can at all help it, don't transform into Supersonic, but if you do, by accident or whatever, just don't make any sudden movements. It's because Supersonic's way too fast, there's just no way Tails can keep up with him, so just kind of stay in the same place all the time. But yeah, this is an automated, forced scrolling level. I don't really like these kinds of levels. I mean, this is fairly innocuous, but it's the principle of the matter. I just don't like the whole you can only advance as far as the game tells you can advance kind of levels. I just wish I could get a move on. I don't mind it when they scroll really fast, so you're not really at the mercy of the level. They tell you when you can go forward, when you can't. Yeah, I see. I just transformed to Supersonic. If you're way too fast in Supersonic, you will die. So, never mind. Those lasers do not hurt. They're just there. They're there for fluff. They don't actually damage you in any way. Anyway, we're in Wing Fortress Zone, which is the penultimate level of Sonic 2. There's one more after this, and that level really isn't a proper level. It's basically a glorified hallway in a boss fight, so as far as we're concerned, for all practical reasons, this is the final level. And I think it does a pretty good job of that. The music, when you could actually hear it play, was pretty foreboding, pretty good atmosphere, and did a good job of setting the scene. Oh, and by the way, this is a shortcut. I'm not using it, just because there's something else in the level I want to show off, but it's there. You can use that. You can skip like half the level, and pretty much every speedrunner does it. The blade fans will hurt you, but you can just, take the hit, run through them, and you'll have no problem. But anyway, I don't think this level's as good as a final level as, say, Scrap Brain Zone was, because I think that just level had a much better atmosphere. Like, I think this level has a good atmosphere. I just think Scrap Brain Zone was better. It felt more like a real final level, like the kind of challenges you'd expect a final level to really have. Anyway, something weird here. I don't know why this is the case, but there's 3 ring boxes suspended midair. How did this get past testing? Like, did nobody forget? Like, was that just there when they were building the levels and they forgot to take it out? Is that what happened? I'm not sure. I find it curious. Anyway, if you get to this part, there's like a wind that will pick you up and keep you from dying. Now, if you get there, you get an extra life. And that's what I really wanted to show off. That and the ring boxes that are held up by literally nothing. Like, I played this game for so many years, and that still gets to me, even today. But we're almost at the end of the level. And we're now at the end. I always found it weird that the inside changes when you jump inside it. Anyway, this boss fight could be a little challenging if I didn't have invincibility. Just stay on the platforms, pick your spots, know when to take a shot at the machine, and be patient. Don't let the laser hit you, obviously. The spikes on the platforms can and will damage you, so be prepared for that. As long as you do all that, it's really not difficult at all. Anyway, Tails has got a rocket booster on his plane, so he's gonna help us catch Robotnik. Though in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Super Sonic can fly in outer space, I don't know why he needs Tails to fly him up there. I guess Sonic 3 and Knuckles added that ability later on. But Sonic grabs onto it, and they'll take us to the final level. Well, not the real final level, because honestly, I consider Wing Fortress more of a final level. But there you go. And the final level of the game, Death Egg Zone. Like, this level is incredibly short. I'm actually pausing here a little bit just to hear the music for the audience, because it's really creepy. Anyway, we have the first of two boss fights here. Now, I'm going to be taking the cheap way out, defeating Silver Sonic. Spin dash there, let go, you'll get 4 easy hits on him. Then bounce off of him 4 more times, and he's dead. Easy as pie. You have to be careful to hitbox though, because if you're too close, the fire from his rocket shoes will hurt, and you have no rings. So that'll be an insta-kill. Now what I'm doing here is basically showing off like 20 years of experience playing the game. I pretty much know exactly where this guy's hitbox is. If you're playing this game for the first time, I recommend you take this boss fight a lot more conservatively. It's not a good idea to do what I'm doing, because it's like I'm using my knowledge to, you know, abuse hitboxes anywhere I can. Like right there, jumping through those arms like that is nearly impossible if you're not 100% aware of what his timing is. And that's it. That boss fight's actually a lot more difficult than I made it out to be. But you know, that's just how I roll. And that's the end of Sonic 2, and we get to see one last cutscene here. And that's the real end of Sonic 2. That's the good ending if you get all the Chaos Emeralds for Sonic. If you don't get all the Chaos Emeralds, he's just normal Sonic. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for Sonic 2. This is, like I mentioned before, this is my least favorite in the classic games, but I still think this is a really, really good game. And it's still a childhood favorite of mine. I just prefer some of the other games more. Like, the only issues I have with this game are very nitpicky kind of issues. Are they serious problems? Absolutely not. I still think this game's awesome, but, if there are little things I would change around, I would. I think the mid-game is especially weak in comparison to the beginning and the end of the game. Like, I love the first 3 levels. I think, Metropolis is a great level. I think, Wing Fortress is a great penultimate level, and I enjoy the final boss gauntlet in Death Egg Zone, but the mid-game is kind of weak compared to everything else. So that's kind of my major nitpick with Sonic 2. And I would honestly play Sonic 1 over this. I know that makes me insane, apparently, and I should be locked up for it, but I don't know, Sonic 1 just always entertained me more. Of course, I would prefer 3 Knuckles and CD over either of those games, but I'll save that for when I actually get to those. Whenever. If I ever. One thing I do love about the ending credits here is the little medley they play. More games need to have a medley at the end. It's like just a cool little way to show all the old tunes you've heard all throughout the game. It gives you a nice little blast of nostalgia. But yeah, that's the end of this Let's Play. I'm Hugos, and I'm saying goodbye. Have a nice day.